that's a special term. That, yeah. So clean all the dirt out of that groove. It might actually come out of there. Hey, look at that little guy. Isn't that cute? So cool. Big ass bearing on that thing. Let's see how loose it actually is. A little tap. We're gonna get that lucky. That's a big negative Ghost Rider. So we'll probably set that up in the punt or in the press and get that popped off. Definitely sounds a little crusty. Let's see if we got the right parts. It's always good to check your parts before you take the time to press stuff apart. Oh, that one's so buttery. Silent, can't even hear it. This one, it's a little dirty. Yeah, not so good. So we get that baby swapped out. It does look like the right piece. Right diameter, yeah, I can tell it's a little tight on the shaft, so it's probably going to need press. And then these guys, we'll see what it takes to get these puppies off. And we'll slap it back together with some new seals. Now would be a good time to go ahead and knock the seals out since I have everything out of the way. Ooh, yeah, check this out too. Check out the waveform inside of that ring gear that allows those bearings to ride up that ramp. It's a pretty interesting shape. It's like almost like a little triangular shape. And you can see when the bearings bite, they leave a little witness mark on the inside. That's some pretty nifty machining right there. What also is interesting to note about this gear, this is not a typical ring and pinion. This is more what you'd call a bevel gear, rather than a true ring and pinion like in a car differential. What's neat about this is that these bearings don't need to be shimmed because the position of this gear in and out on the set, and also the mesh of this gear, let's say, isn't quite as critical of a typical ring and pinion where you have to generally shim them within a few thousandths or even 10,000ths of an inch. Here there's enough tolerance, enough capability here in the gear mesh pattern that you can be off a little bit, which is great because then they can just run the roller bearings and you just slap this side cover on and those tolerances are already pre-machined into the housing, so there's no shimming or preloading of the bearings, because again, you're looking at a double row ball bearing here and a single row ball bearing on the output shaft, so those are not like a tapered roller bearing that needs preload or specific backlash settings. So really cool.